In this video today, we will be talking about how to use 正在 plus a verb. This video will cover clarifications on how 正在 added with a verb can correspond to past, present, and future progressive in English. We will start off with the present progressive, also called 现在进行时 in Mandarin. This tense is used when you want to talk about something that's happening now at this moment. The structure for the present progressive starts with a subject, and you add on 正在, followed with adding a verb, and optionally you can also add ne at the end of the sentence. The English equivalent to this structure conveys that the subject is or are doing the verb at this moment. Let's take a look at some examples of the present progressive. You could say, 妈妈正在做饭. Mom is cooking at the moment. As another example, you could say, 他们正在开会呢. They are in a meeting at the moment. And lastly, you could also say, 外面正在下雨. It's raining outside at the moment. Some key points to take note of for the present progressive is if no time word is given, 正在 defaults to the present progressive. Also, adding ne makes the sentence sound more natural in spoken Chinese. Next, let's take a look at the past progressive. In Mandarin, it's called 过去进行时. The structure conveys something that you was or were doing. The structure for the past progressive starts with the subject. Then you add on a past tense time word, followed by 正在, followed by a verb. In English, this conveys the subject was or were doing the verb at the time. Let's take a look at some examples. For a past progressive sentence, you could say, 昨天下午5点, 我正在健身. Yesterday at 5 p.m., I was working out. As another example, you could say, 你打电话的时候, 我正在洗澡. When you called, I was taking a shower. As a third example, you could say, 去年的这个时候, 我们正在旅行. This time last year, we were traveling. A key point to take note of for the past progressive is that the past time markers, such as 昨天 or 那个时候, makes it past progressive. Lastly, we will look at the future progressive, or 将来进行时 in Mandarin. This is the structure for something that you will be doing. The structure for the future progressive starts with a future tense time word, or 未来 in Mandarin, followed by 正在, followed by a verb. In English, this structure conveys that the subject will be doing the verb at that time. Once again, let's take a look at some examples. Using the future progressive, you could say, 明天这个时候，他可能正在坐飞机去北京. At this time tomorrow, he might or will be sitting on the plane to go to Beijing. As another example, you could say, 下周日晚上8点，我们会正在看电影. Next Sunday at 8 p.m., we will be watching a movie. As a last example, you could say, 10年后，他可能正在经营自己的公司. 10 years from now, she might or will be running her own company. A key point to take note of for the future progressive is that the future time marker, such as 明天 or 下个月, makes it future progressive. Next, we will be answering some questions for special cases and clarifying on them. The first question is, can 正在 be used without a time word? The answer is yes, but it defaults to the present progressive, something that's happening now. For example, 他们正在聊天 means they are chatting in the present progressive. The second question we will answer is, can 正在 and a verb be used for habits or general truths? The answer is no. It only describes ongoing actions at a specific time. For example, it's incorrect to say 我正在喜欢喝茶. Like or 喜欢 is a state, not an action. so you can't use 正在 in this case. On the other hand, it's correct to say 我正在喝茶 because drinking tea is an action. The last question we will answer is what are the difference between adding a verb to 在 and adding a verb to 正在? The answer is when you add a verb to 在, it's used for general ongoing actions, whereas when you add a verb to 正在, it communicates a stronger emphasis on something happening right at this moment. For example, when you say 我在学习, it means I'm studying. Studying being the general ongoing action. Whereas when you say 我正在学习, it means I'm studying at this moment, which has a stronger emphasis. Finally, this table summarizes all the points that we have looked at over this video. Here, you'll be able to directly see the comparisons between each tense. Starting off with the present, or 现在, you can say 他正在跑步, he is running. Then using the same sentence in the past, or 过去, you can say 昨晚9点, 他正在跑步. Last night at 9, he was running. And lastly, to use the same sentence in the future, or 未来, you can say 明天这个时候，他正在跑步. This time tomorrow, he will be running. Some final tips you should remember before we end this video is first, adding a verb or action to 正在 means that the action is in progress, and there is no tense when this structure is used on its own. The second point to remember is that time words decide whether you're using the past, the present, or the future progressive. And finally, the third point is to avoid using 正在 for non-actions, such as 喜欢 or 知道. Make sure to like and subscribe to watch more videos like this with us at Toronto Chinese Academy.